the Tower card. Probably many of us are less keen on this card than others. Of course, it's not always bad. But have you realised, and I did share a short on this recently, how many towers there are in the RiderWaite deck? We have the classic tower card. We have 2 towers in the moon. 2 towers in death over here by the sun rising or the sun setting, and I'm damn certain that's the tower. I mean, if we have a look at it, we have this high structure with windows, and even, it's perhaps a bit of a stretch, but it just feels like it to me, the blue and the red figure either side, almost in passing. They feel almost to be dancing here, and then obviously falling here. So, you may, if you hate this card and you're only just realizing that there are more, then I'm sorry for that. But let's try and break it down and understand why. So the tower can have so many meanings, and I'm sure I've done a video on this about how the fact that it can mean conception, sexuality, breaking through, breaking free. It's not always negative. But let's break away from the sort of the sexuality side of this. The tower does not have a door. It does not have a drawbridge. Very often the tower is something we have built into our own life to give us a feeling of security. Okay, and whatever that is, it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be a really strict exercise routine, it could be so many different things, it could be a self-limiting belief. So many things. It's given us a sense of security in the past, but now it needs to change. It's becoming a trap now rather than giving us a sense of security. And the Tower card reminds us that we have to just take a leap of faith and let it go. The Tower card really hurts when we try and preserve the status quo, rather than allowing this structure to remain stable. So the message is, let it go. Just let it go. It's that old sort of feeling of, is it a break through, or is it a breakdown? Yes, both. Very much that image. Now, to me, in the Ten of Pentacles, and I'm aware that I perhaps read the Ten of Pentacles more negatively than many. If you're asking about financial security, boom, it's a great card. I really do believe that. If you've asked about, money coming in from a house move, if you've asked about a promotion, there are a lot of good meanings to this card. But that tower, so carefully framed against the blue sky, with the red and the blue figure either side, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's been carefully drawn so that, because there's so many pentacles in this picture, that it would be very easy for one pentacle to be overlapping. And the fact that tower is clear, I'm convinced it's important. Now, all of the tens are about the need to start again, okay? Because it's more than 9. So it is the start of a new cycle. If we are working with numerology, then this would be a 1, because it's 1 and 0, breaking it down. So with the Ten of Pentacles, there is a need to let go, start again, let go of anything that you are holding on to give you a sense of security. It may reflect a hoarder. It could reflect somebody that is continuing to work really hard and earn more money when actually they don't need to, and that they would be better off spending their time relaxing or enjoying family time. So to me, the meaning between these two cards is that idea of enough is enough, let it go now. And, there's only so much financial security we need. If we keep looking for financial security, and don't forget, it's not always money, often it's stuff as well, hoarding stuff, then it becomes more of a burden than a joy. So to me, the Tower in this card is reminding us that sometimes what we thought we were building in our lives to give us a sense of security is actually starting to trap us. The towers in the moon card is something I really explored when I was actually setting up this business. To me, the crayfish here represents primal fear. Arthur Waite describes that to us. The moon, of course, only reflects, it doesn't shine. And we can clearly see there is this pathway here to the Blue Mountains, and the Blue Mountains are your highest potential. I'm convinced these towers represent false security. And it is a reminder that, don't be tempted back into the tower, just damn well broken free of the thing. Don't be tempted into another illusion of false security. When I was setting up my business, I got this all the time. It would have been much easier for me if I decided to work on a psychic line. If I decided to collaborate with a local bookshop or a local alternative health centre. And whenever I thought about doing these things, I got the moon. And we're all different, but you know what? I'm really independent and I don't like being told what to do. And I'm convinced that if I had started my business by aligning myself with another business, it would have been easier in the beginning. But I would have needed to have torn down that business at some point to give myself the sense of freedom. So that to me is the connection between the two towers and the moon. I'm still musing on the towers in death. And, after 20 years of in-depth personal study on tarot, there is absolutely no way that I've even scratched the surface of everything that's here. You may notice that I don't talk about the Kabbalah. I know a little bit about the Kabbalah. I will perhaps mention it when I talk about Yods, or I may mention the shape of the pentacles here, but I have never studied the Kabbalah in depth. I've read a few books. I've never studied it. So I try and stay away from what I haven't studied. I try not to just repeat information I once read, but to only share what I've really understood. Are we supposed to imagine or to understand that we have come through this path? Or is that where we're heading? I tend to think that the sun rising or the sun setting, similar link there to the Ten of Swords and to Temperance, it is a reminder that every day is a new day. I think, to me, right now, and I reserve the right to change this, when I look at death, and this is a hard one for me because I have a very dear friend who's currently in palliative care. It is going to come to all of us. We know that, okay? I also believe in reincarnation. To me, this is reminding us not to tie ourselves to false security. There's a lot of spiritual paths out there and religions out there that will promise you quick answers or easy answers, quick solutions. To me, when I look at the Hierophant figure here, when I think about the bigness of death and the way that the sun is framed between the two towers, it is this reminder that death is not the end. It's just the beginning of a new journey. Don't try to find quick answers to your big life problems or your big spiritual questions. Because if you do, very much with the moon, if you choose the easy answers, you're going to have to tear them down and start again. And so for me, throughout the tarot, the tower is a reminder that yes, sometimes we do need something to shore us up in difficult times. We all need that, but I've needed it. And it works in the short term. But at some point, we're going to have to tear down whatever we've built to give us the full sense of security. So only do it if you really need to. Perhaps a bit more of a reflective video for this one. And maybe what I want to say is that when it comes to the big spiritual answers, big spiritual questions, I don't have all the answers. I don't think anybody does. I really don't. I think each one of us needs to build our tools to really search within our soul and make sure that when it comes to the big issues in life and the big choices in life, as far as possible, we're not reaching for the easy answers or the quick answers, but we're finding the answers that really resonate with us on a deeper level.